Ponyfans.com here with SMU secondary coach Derrick Odum. And coach, you've got a starting free safety who's been starting since he was a freshman. Chris Banjo's been on the field ever since he got here. What are the biggest changes you see in him from 3 years ago to now?
Well, that first year he was just, it's tough for a freshman to be thrown in the fire like he was, but he handled it well, and he grew a lot from that experience. And then, he's a leader for us right now. He does everything right for us. Great leader in the weight room, on the field, and in the classroom. So he does everything right.
We talked to Kyle Padron yesterday about how the teaching that the veteran players do to the freshmen is helping him grow as a player. How much is Chris growing in a similar role by teaching all these incoming DBs?
Well, like I said, he's such a great young man, great leadership that they all gravitate to him naturally. And then, when he speaks to them, they all listen and take it to heart. Leader on the field by example, and leader by, vocal. So, he really helps out those young guys a lot.
You got a lot of veterans in the secondary now, one of whom is Richard Crawford, who transferred in last year. And in an earlier interview, you said there was a point where you sort of saw the light come on and he started to get it. When was that, and what did you see that made you think everything was starting to come together for him?
Well, last year, it's tough for a transfer to come right in and do great things, especially in the secondary. And we got thrown in the fire playing Texas Tech, threw the ball a lot, and he was in great position in that game, but just didn't finish them. About mid-season, he started making those plays. I think he ended up being our leading intercepting DB in our group. And so I can't remember what game it was, but about mid-season, it kind of clicked in for him. And then on, he was really good, and won that ECU game on that final play, and that was a big thing, and sent us into the championship. So from that point on, he's been great. Spring was awesome, and he's having a great fall camp. So he's gonna have a big year, I feel. So.
Another senior this year is Ryan Smith, who started as a corner when he got to SMU. You moved him over to safety next to Banjo. What did you think about his development last year, and how did he compare to your expectations for him when he switched that position?
Right. Well, it's kind of it's an easier transition for a corner to go to safety because he was a bigger guy, and he played physical, and he has great ball skills, so that was a natural position for him, and he's an intelligent player. And he had a great season as well. He's having a great fall camp, and Justin Sorrell's having a great fall camp as well. So we'll figure out a way to utilize all their talents.
Okay, you mentioned another guy I was about to ask you about, Justin Sorrell. Earlier this week, he had 3 interceptions over 2 days. Seems like he's around the ball an awful lot, but obviously you look at film and you look at practice differently than the rest of us do. Has he been as impressive to you as he appears to be to those of us on the outside looking in?
Right. No, he's done a great job. He's been in a position to make plays. Ball comes. He's been around the ball all camp. You look at it as other guys are in position, but the ball doesn't come to them. You know what I mean? And so I got to look at all. As you look at film. The other guys are doing a great job but haven't had a chance to make a play. He's had a chance and made them, and so that's obviously real positive. So all those guys, I'm going to find a way to get them on the field because they're all doing a great job. I got 4 safeties that are special, I believe.
One of the questions going into this year is the other starting cornerback spot across from Crawford. I guess Keith Robinson is the veteran there. How's his health going into this year, and how do you see that battle shaping out?
Well, his health is better. We've got, himself. We got Kenneth Acker, Chris Parks, Chris Castro, Jeremy Graham. We've got a lot of guys that, we'll see how this fall camp goes and see who's going to be our starter going into that first game. But all those guys, I feel real good. Whoever comes out of it will be that guy that, I have no worries. We'll be all right.
You mentioned a couple of the younger guys, Acker and Parks, who got kicked in and had to play a little bit last year as true freshmen. You hear a lot of coaches and players say that the biggest jump is sometimes between the freshman and sophomore year. Do you see those guys in a position to make that kind of a jump going into their second year?
Yeah, no question. Being through it 1 year really helps them, and getting on the field and know what it's like to prepare for a game has really helped them. And this fall camp, I've seen great strides, through the summer and through now early fall camp that those guys are going to be ready to play. And so, again, we'll see how this whole thing shakes out in the next few weeks. But I feel good with the corner situation right now.